Hey guys, I'm back yet again with another how-to VATSIM video. Uh, this episode we're gonna be talking about VORs, fixes, and kind of some of the more in-depth parts of your uh, flight plans. First here, we're looking at the Alexandria VOR. Uh, in the box here on SkyVector, it gives us the name of the viewer, the frequency to tune your radio to, so you can identify the viewer, and then the Morse code uh, of the viewer. Second, or the third line here is the actual uh, lat long of the uh, viewer. Then below this, that would be the flight service uh, station that you would call for like weather briefings and to file an IFR plan, but unfortunately on the network we don't simulate flight service in the traditional sense. Most flight services that you'll see are mostly covering uh, non-radar airspaces. So say if you're crossing the Atlantic, crossing the Pacific, those are the general flight services that you'll see and interact with. So with the simple route that I have here for us right now, so this route at the moment reads uh, Reservoir Vector 114 Alexandria. So, and as you can tell, there's a lot of other fixes uh, here and some VORs that aren't being listed. That is because uh, airways are basically pre-programmed uh, per se databases of a certain airways. So even though uh, even though in your uh, flight plan you'll have say uh, reservoir veals, fighting tiger, and so on. Uh, if you put say just Victor 114 into your FMS or GPS with a valid entry point to the airway and a valid exit point for the airway, then your the onboard systems will kind of just automatically know what fixes and or viewers are consisted of of what fixes consist that airway. So let's say for example here, so so say we want to go from the uh, Kelvu intersection to Sabine Pass VOR, but we want to use airways. So let's take a look here, and the map we're currently looking at is the word low chart that gives us all of our uh, Victor routes and our Tango routes. Basically, these are all the low altitude areas that we can use. So if you're flying something that can't get into the flight levels, these airways are really good. So let's say, for example, to get down to Sabine Pass, we see uh, Victor 543 and Victor 70. So the easiest way uh, here, can we do no, we can't. Okay, so let's say, for example, here we want to do Victor 543, Victor 70, and Victor 194 to get down to Sabine Pass. So all we would need to really do is drag the line there, and actually, uh, luckily, I didn't see this, but just by joining or going from Victor 543 uh, to Rhythm to join Victor 70, you can see here that Sky Vector automatically uh, connected us from Rhythm to Victor's, or via Victor 70 to Sabine Pass. So I'm trying to think. So, oh, wrong button. Now to kind of give you guys an idea of what, uh, like in your GPSs and whatnot, what you'll see. So, uh, what's actually something in that general area? So Mike 1-3, Mike 1-3, and let's go down to Galveston, create, and let's use that route that we found in a, or that we made in uh, Sky Vector. So as you can see, so from Colvu we joined Victor 543, then at Rhythm we joined Victor 70, and these are all the fixes that consist of Victor 70 between Rhythm and Sabine Pass. So, uh, let's say, for example, Center was nice enough uh, to us to give us a shortcut. So instead of doing uh, Fighting Tiger LSU and following Victor 70 down to uh, Lafayette, what we what they could give us is, after Fighting Tiger VOR cleared direct, like Charles VOR. So instead of following Victor 70 all the way down to Lafayette. Then across, what we could technically just do is uh, we could we we basically have the uh, quote unquote permission to per se to completely bypass the entire uh, route structure between uh, Fighting Tiger and Lake Charles. So when we, as controllers, when we say you clear direct to X fix, X intersection, or VOR, you guys don't necessarily need to confirm, or uh, I wouldn't say not confirm, but uh, what's the phrase? Not ask if you're uh, cleared direct after we give it to you. If you if you either didn't hear exactly what we gave you, and or you just want to uh, make sure you heard it correctly before you initiate the direct function on your FMS or GPS, all you simply need to ask is uh, for uh, for example, Houston Center uh, 1418 Mike. I just confirm uh, after fighting Tiger direct Lake Charles. So that's basically you as the pilot just validating and just double checking that you heard the instruction right, and that's never a bad thing to do. As controllers, if you guys have questions, as long as we're not busy, feel free to ask. And even if we are busy, still ask. But also keep in mind, we might not be able to answer it right away when you ask. So if you notice that we are busy, instead of uh, asking over frequency, send us a message through the pilot client and we'll answer it probably a bit sooner, depending on how busy we are. So, but now that those were VORs and airways, but now let's get into like the actual like fixes and whatnot that consist of these airways. So let's take the crisp intersection here and from Lafayette. So as you can see by the denotation of the 28 here with that error, so that's basically saying that this intersection going west from Lake Charles, it's 28 DME from the Lake Charles VOR. Uh, so if say you're having some issues with your GPS, uh, like identifying fixes and whatnot, what you can do is on the uh, outbound radial 264 of Lake Charles, if you fly that uh, heading off of Lake Charles for 28 miles, then you can safely say that you're over, or that you've reached the crisp intersection. Then another good thing you can do is uh, uh, now this part I'm not that clear on, mainly just because this isn't something I've done that much of, but you can also figure out where navigate to a fix based on the two radials of uh, of two different VORs. So like crisp is uh, per se identified and or created off of the 264 uh, radial of Lake Charles and the 341 radial off of White Lake. So if you're this is something that you would need to go to the uh, uh, one of the approved uh, flight training groups that the network has, and they'll uh, teach you how to uh, fly in that capacity to identify those fixes while you're flying. So let's see here. Oh, this is another thing here. So this should give me what I want. Yes, it. Okay, so knowing that flying kind of SIDS and SIRS will should make a bit more sense now. So, let's look at the textual description of uh, of the Border 7 departure off of runway 27 at San Diego. So the description says for initial climb for 27, climb on a heading of 278 until Poggy 1 DME, then left turn on a 123 heading to intercept the Poggy 260 radial and Poggy 069 radial to Brown. So that's basically uh, describing to you what you should be doing here. So as the uh, as the visual here shows, so we depart off of 27, so going west on heading of 278. Then once we reach the 19 DME marker from Poggy VOR, then we make a left turn to 123 for I actually couldn't tell you how long, but uh, basically uh, turn to a 123 heading until you uh, intercept the 069 uh, radial for uh, Poggy with actually correction. Uh, you turn till you intercept the radial 260 radial of Poggy, then uh, off of Poggy you fly the 069 radial outbound to uh, ground, then follow the rest of the uh, route description from, or the narrative from there. So that's basically VORs and fixes in a nutshell. So if you guys have any questions, as usual, leave them down in the description, and or if you guys are on the Discord, you can uh, leave messages in the Ask a Controller room, and we will answer them as soon as and to the best of our abilities. But till next time, I will see you guys.